So unless you have been living under a rock, a couple of months ago, Season 6 rumors were spoiled with all the episodes and the episode synopsis with them. Whether or not to be true is yet to be seen. There were some interesting plot lines in the spoiler. Spoiler incoming, so pause the video here. I'll flash something to let you guys come back, or I'll just give the time here. So here is the spoiler. Adrien is supposed to die in Season 6. OMG, it's not like the director of Ladybug called him a side character at best. I'm not going to go into the full spoiler in this video, but I will discuss is the idea of Adrien dying. Pretty much I want to discuss the idea of Adrien dying next season, and the reasons why it could be a possibility and happen. The first reason to believe in the Adrien death idea is the idea of who the villain will be next season. If you remember, it's Lila next season. The reason why this matters is how Lila acts like a villain. If we know two things about Lila, it's this. She wants control of the situation and hurts you by isolating you, or by making you the bad guy. If you have been watching my videos, whether it be my who will be joining Lila next season video, or also any of my other Lila videos, I believe Lila is going to be targeting Adrien next season. Pretty much she's going to separate Marinette from her friends next season and then go after Adrien. Adrien doesn't know the truth about his father's death, so I believe Lila will use that to get Adrien akumatized. Which isn't that crazy, since we have the Cat Blanc in ephemeral episodes, showing that the show doesn't care about getting Adrien akumatized.
Cat Blanc, I'm giving you the infinite power of destruction. Together you and I will seize Ladybug's miraculous and awaken your mother. Ephemeral, I am your father, Shadow Moth. I'm giving you the power to speed up time and help me bring your mother back.
But what does that have to do with the Adrien death? I believe what is going to happen is, Adrien is going to get akumatized, due to Lila putting distrust into Adrien's heart, due to Marinette sneaking off to do her Ladybug's responsibilities, and her not telling the truth about his father's death to Adrien. Lilia would also want to akumatize Adrien, due to the fact it fits her memo of turning those you love against you, such as when in the Season 3 Ladybug episode, when Lila got all of Marinette's friends akumatized.
Verity Queen.
Or the multiple times during Season 5 where Lila tricked Alia to the point that whenever Marinette complains about Lilia, Alia thinks she's lying and overreacting. Marinette and Ladybug are on top of Lila's hit list, so the best person to hurt them with would be Adrien, pretty much leading to a Season 6 finale where Marinette has to fight Lila and an akumatized Adrien. So the death happens from what I believe is going to happen in the final fight in the Season 6 finale. Lila is going to leverage Adrien and have Marinette and Adrien fight each other. For certain reasons, Lila is going to want the Ladybug and Cat Kwamis for her grand plan. If you want reasons, watch my looking at the different paths for Lila next season video. Pretty much it has to do with her problems with fake personalities and why she is constantly lying. In order to get the Ladybug Kwami from Marinette, since Lila would be controlling Cat Noir at this point, she will be using Marinette's and Adrien's love for each other to make Marinette give Lila the Ladybug Kwami. Pretty much Lila gonna be, if you want your boyfriend to survive, then you will give me the Kwami Ladybug. Somehow as this is happening, Cat Noir will start to push the will of Lila back, due to love reasons I guess. In order for Lila not to win, Cat Noir will sacrifice himself, kinda like he did in the Cat Blanc episode, because he couldn't choose between Shadow Moth and Marinette.
I don't know what to do! The lady...
My prince!
It's also possible Lila could have a trap set up to kill Adrien and convince Marinette to listen to her. The trap could malfunction, killing Adrien, or when he is about to hand Lilia his Cat Kwami, with his little willpower left, he hits himself with Cat Cataclysm to save the world. The next reason that the Season 6 Adrien death could happen is, and this is a cliche, but the history and lore of Cat Noir and Ladybug relationships show they never end well. Obviously you have the two big instances where Marinette and Adrien tried dating while being Cat Noir and Ladybug, being the Cat Blanc and ephemeral episodes. Both of these episodes following the idea of Adrien and Marinette finding each other's identities and dating. Then Shadow Moth finds out, akumatizing Adrien, since we can't do that to Marinette. In both cases, Adrien pretty much helps in destroying the word. Ladybug and Cat Noir relationships don't really work out. We were also confirmed about this in the Season 5 episode, Reunion. In this episode, we met an earlier Ladybug, who apparently was Joan of Arc. She was summoned because Marinette herself had questions about whether in history any Ladybug or Cat Noir relationships have actually worked out. So even Marinette understands how perplexing a situation she is in.
We fell in love, my sweet Gib and I. No more did we wanteth to fight. We just wanted to love each other. This did not please the petty kings. We tried to be in secret, but those gents caught us. We were over.
The Joan of Arc tells her own story, how obviously she too fell in love with her Cat Noir, which their two warring countries hated. Pretty much both of them. To be happy, they had to give up their powers, since they couldn't be together as Ladybug and Cat Noir. Heck, even in the season first 5 two-parter, Marinette and Adrien had to give up their cat and Ladybug Kwamis due to wanting to date.
The task you were performing so well has become too much of a burden, crushing you. Your mission is now over. This means you can finally be in love with Adrien.
This means you can tell Marinette all your silly, soppy feelings.
The only reason they had to go back to being the cat and Ladybug users was because story-wise, from a plot point, they are like the only two people in France that didn't have an alliance ring, which Shadowmoth was using to track anyone's movements and could figure out if they were Ladybug or Cat Noir like that. Just like he did with Alia and Zoe when they were Ladybug and Cat Noir respectively, meaning Marinette and Adrien had no choice to go back. But Otaku All-Pro, couldn't Marinette just do like the Joan of Arc and give up her Kwami powers and live with Adrien? Here is the problem with that, assuming the writers of the show are keeping the continuity true throughout the show. But then again, Marinette tells Adrien we can't tell our identities to anyone but told Alia herself, so yeah. Back to continuity, in the Time Tagger episode, when Marinette was dealing with a future Ladybug and a future villain, we heard future Marinette talk. It sounded like Marinette. So it's safe to assume that Marinette will still be Ladybug in the future.
I'm sorry, Ladybug. I didn't deliver.
Not true, Bunnix. You didn't fail. Every problem has a solution.
So she didn't give it up for the relationship. The thing is, however, we didn't hear Cat Noir's voice either, which means the future Cat Noir we saw in the future may be probably not our present Cat Noir. At least it's a possibly. Right now Marinette and Adrien are dating. The thing is, we have set a precedent of Cat Noir and Ladybug relationships not working out, when still trying to be Ladybug and Cat Noir. Also Marinette and Adrien are possibly not breaking up, and there is a possibly that Cat Noir might be different in the future. Is it not okay to assume, with all that something happened to Cat Noir? It's also possible, due to the precedent coming through and in order for Marinette and Adrien to stay together, Adrien gave up being Cat Noir. But it is also possible that there is a new Cat Noir in the future due to Cat Noir dying. Let's go ahead and continue this theory train and go into the third reason. And this is just some fun talk form here. But every time Marinette and Adrien have dated, someone always ends up dead. In Cat Blanc, the first instance of their relationship, Cat Noir gets akumatized, destroys Paris and kills Marinette. In Ephemeral, Cat Noir gets akumatized and destroys the world with a wish. That means right now at worst, we are talking city-wide damage and deaths. Don't be surprised if Cat Noir ends up dying in Season 6. Last reason about how this could be Adrien's last season is, remember there was a poster that was posted about the new Miraculous movie too. If we look, there is this picture of what seems like a different Cat Noir. You can tell by the different skin color. Thomas Astruc has come out and said that he doesn't think of Adrien as a main character. It's really only Marinette, and the reason why people hate on how he treats Adrien is due to the fact they don't like women winning. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets rid of Adrien this season. I would argue Thomas gave Shadowmoth more character development last couple of seasons than Adrien, and he got rid of Shadowmoth last season. It's possible, and this is just a theory, But Thomas is planning to get rid of Adrien this season and use the movie to introduce the next Cat Noir. It wouldn't be the first time that the show has used the specials or movies to introduce things story-wise. An example of this being, during the New York special, the identities of Kwame users were explained pretty much how the identities of the Kwame users can't be seen. Apparently, the Kwames use special masking, that way the users don't show up on camera.
Your suit's quantum masking is meant to confuse human minds, Ladybug. I am not human. What?
They could do the same with this new Cat Noir, so that is the video. This video was actually mentioned to me by some subscribers in one of my videos, so I hope you liked it. Maybe it doesn't even end with Adrien dying permanently, like Marinette might wish Adrien back to life. The spoiler going around is Marinette did wish him back to life. The thing is the way that wishes work in Miraculous and the way Gabriel was describing it in the Season 5 finale is that something of equal exchange would have to happen.
How many lives are you going to ruin in the name of your crazy dreams?
As many as it takes. In order to bring Emily back, someone else will have to disappear. In order to heal the wound that Cat Noir inflicted on me, someone else will have to be wounded.
Like maybe Marinette takes in half of Adrien's wound into her, in a form of romance or true love in a sense. The idea of love being the best form of connection, the way wishes are explained, it's also possible history gets altered and now we live in an alternate world where yes, Adrien does get to live, but she can't be his partner. Like that is gonna be the equivalent exchange for the wish. Yes, Marinette, you get to have Adrien live, but he can't be with you anymore. Maybe it happens or maybe it doesn't. Not gonna lie, it is also super funny, but the Agresti family might be more cursed than the Kennedy family. You got the mom dying before the show started, then you got Gabriel dying last season, and now we are about to have Adrien die. Like who's next Felix? Dang, Kagami's last two boyfriends ended up dead. Maybe they crack the code for Adrien and actually make him a good main character for once. Maybe they finally get rid of Adrien and they decide to bring in a new Adrien. Shout out to Ladybug's #1 side main character. Bye.